Hello friends, I am Professor B.N. Shinde from MVP's KB Thakare College of Engineering, Nasik. Today we will see the encoding method of convolution codes. Now, in error control coding techniques, there are three different parts. One is called as a forward error correction techniques, another is called as a ARQ technique, and third one is called as the hybrid ARQ techniques. Under the forward error correction techniques, we have got a different types of codes. One is called as the block code, another is called as the convolution code. Now we have already seen the block codes, but block code has got disadvantage that storage required at the transmitter side to store the blocks. Second is decoding cannot start at the receiver until all code word is received, and because of storage requirement at the transmitter and decoding, delay is getting introduced in this whole process. So this is the disadvantage of a block codes. So we have introduced another coding method which is called as the convolution code. In this method we are using smaller blocks of message words which are known as frames, and the minimum size of a frame is equal to 1. Today we'll see the graphical methods of encoding the convolution code. There are three different methods are there. First is the state diagram method, second is code tree, and third is the code trellis diagram. Now to draw the encoding of this diagram, first we require the convolution encoder. Here for example I have taken 2,1,2 convolution encoder n, k, m. Here k is equal to 1 which is input and n is equal to 2 which is output. So the code rate r is equal to k by n is equal to 1 by 2. Now the input is given at m0. So here in this example I have taken the input as 1110, and for the same message we'll see how to do the encoding using different methods. Now output to this encoder has got 2 bits, x1 and x2, and x1 has got equation m0 XOR of m1 XOR of m2, and x2 has got equation m0 XOR of m2. So for every single input message we will have a 2 output bits. So in this case, if I am giving 4 bits as an input message, I will have a 8 bits as a output 1. The same diagram can be given, or we may be given a graphical representation or polynomial representation that g1 is equal to 111, g2 is equal to 101. So from the polynomial representation we'll have to draw this encoder arrangement, and then we'll go for doing the encoding procedure. Now the most important thing for doing or designing the encoder is we require state transition table. Now state transition table, in state transition table we require different states. So 00 I will call as a state, 10 I will call as a B state, 01 I will call as a C state, and 11 I will call as a D state. So this state transition table consists of 4 columns. First one is the input, which I will call as a m0. So we will test for 0 input once and 1 input once. So then we'll have a present state as the second column. Present state will have a m1 and m2. Then we'll have got a third next state. Here again I will be having new values of m1 m2, and fourth column is a output state where I will have a while output x1 and x2. in which I will consider the present state inputs M0, M1, M2 for calculating the outputs. Now, how to draw this table? So in this table, first we'll have got a 4 present states. So and I will test this for once 0 and once 1. So I have written 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 as a present state, and once I will give 0 as the input to that state, once another time I will give the 1 as the input. Now to draw the next state, we are just replacing the next states. M1 is nothing but input M0. So whatever my input M0's bits are there, I am keeping the same bits as a M1 in my next state, and M2 in my next state is nothing but the present state M1. So whatever the present state M1 bits are there, I am replacing it with the next state M2. Now I have given the state's name. So when the input is 0, our transition is from A to A. Similarly, to calculate the output of this one, x1 is nothing but equal to M0 XOR of M1 XOR of M2. So for considering the output x1 x2, we will always consider the input and present states values. So here x1 is XORing of 3 bits and all 3 bits are 0, so my x1 is 0. X2 is same case because M0 and M2 is 0. Now if I'll go for the M0 is equal to 1, then x1 is equal to 1 0 0, it is equal to 1. X2 is equal to 1 and 0, it is again equal to 1. In this way I will calculate all the other remaining x1 and x2 outputs, considering the M0, M1, M2 inputs along with their equations. Now to draw the different graphical encoding methods, we require the following diagram, which is very important one. The same diagram is required for drawing the Cote-Taylor's diagram as well as the Viterbi's decoding diagram, and that diagram is called as the state transition diagram. One important thing we'll have to remember that in state transition diagram, if my input has got a 0 bit as an input, I will show that by the straight line, and if my input is equal to 1, I will show that transition by the dotted lines. Same thing will use it in my state table and in my trellis table also. Now this state transition diagram has got 3 parts. One is present state, middle one is output state, and third one is the next state. So present state is nothing but A B C D, next state is also A B C D, and at the middle I will indicate the output. From the previous table I will draw this diagram. In this diagram, when my A has got a 0 input, I will have a transition from A to A with the corresponding output 0 0, and as the input is 0, I will show it by the straight line. When A has got a 1 input, my transition is from A to B with the corresponding output 1 1. When B has got 0 input, transition is from B to C with output 1 0. When B has got 1 input, transition is from B to D with output 0 1. Similarly, when C has got 0 input, my transition is from C to A with output 1 1. When C has got 1 input, transition is from C to B with 0 0 output. When D has got 0 input, transition is from D to C with 0 1, and when D has got 1 input, transition is from D to D with 1 0 output. Now the first encoding arrangement is the state diagram. Here in my state diagram, I will write down A, B, C, D for locks, and depending upon the table, first is my A to A transition with the respective output 0 0. If A has got 0 input, if A has got 1 input, my transition is from A to B with output 1 1. So from my state transition table, I will complete this diagram for all the states. Now second important diagram is called as the code tree diagram. In code tree diagram, I have got again different phases in this diagram. What we'll do, we'll always have a starting initial state as a A1. When A has got a 0 input, we'll go upward, and when my state has got a 1 input, I will go downwards. So in first case, when the A has got 0 input, it will go to the A state with the corresponding out 0 0. When A has got a 1 input, it will go below to the B state with the corresponding output 1 1. Similarly, when I will go for the upper A, again when it has got a 0, it will go to the next state A. When A has got a 1, it will go to the next state B. In this way, I will complete this diagram for my given message. Similarly, if we go for the downward, when B has got 0 input, it will go to the C next state. It will have got the 1 input, it will go to the D state. So in this way, I will continue this diagram. For the given message 1110, my code tree encoding path is A to B, B to D, D to D, and D to C, which is shown by the red straight line. Now my next diagram is called as the code trellis diagram. In code trellis diagram, I will show the transition from one state to another state, and number of columns I will have this for this diagram, it depends upon my input message. Now in our case, as we are having a 4 bits as a input one, so we have a 4 column for the transition of this diagram. Now firstly, I will consider only the A input. For A input, A0, 0 input is there, it will go for A0 to A1 with output 0 0. When A0 has got a 1 input, it will go to the B1 with output 1 1. This is my first column. For second column, I will again consider the A as a input. So if A has got a 0 input, it will go from A1 to A2 with output 0 0. When it has got a 1 input, it will go for A1 to B2 with output 1 1. From second column onwards, I will also consider the input B, C and D. Here for the convenience, I have only considered the B input, but we can show all the inputs and their transitions, which is a part of my state transition diagram. So for second column, my transition, when B1 has got B has got 1 input, 0 input, it will go for B1 to C2 with output 1 0. 1 input, it will go from B1 to D2 with output 0 1. So in this way, considering all A, B, C, D inputs, I will complete this diagram up to A4, B4, C4 and D4. And the path which I will follow encoding is A0, B1, D2, D3 and C4. Okay, so this is called as the code release diagram. Now for the given message, how to calculate the output bits. For this, we have got a table in which we have got an input bit, state and output bits. My first state will be always A1. So if my input message is 1110 starting MSB 1, so if A has got a 1 input, it will go from A to B state with the corresponding output 1 1. Second bit is 1 input, which is for the B. If B has got 1 input, it will go to the D state with output 0 1. Third input is 1. So if D has got an input 1, it will go to transition D with output 1 0. If D has got a 0 as an input, it will go to C with output 0 1. So in the same way, if my message is 0 1 0 1, I can draw the output code words for the same. So in this way, we can find out for the given message what will be my output. Thank you friends. Please go through this presentation and don't forget to subscribe and like my video. Thank you.